This is part 2 of your home energy lab. We're going to do part 2 home energy audit. So you're going to count up the number of light bulbs around your house, and we're going to talk about how to do that. Okay, so we're just going to read over some of the intro together, and then I'll do a couple examples with you, and then hopefully you can go from there. So in the US, electrical energy is usually measured in kilowatt hours because this is the unit your utility company uses to charge you. So you guys learned that in your last electricity bill, that they charge you per kilowatt hour. So 1 kilowatt hour is the energy required to power 10 100-watt light bulbs for 1 year. So that's the basis of the kilowatt hour. One average home in the US uses about 10,000 kilowatt hours of electrical energy per year. It's easy to find out what your monthly electrical power use is. Your electric company tells you when you receive your monthly bill. So a lot of this we know because you guys analyzed your bill just a couple days ago. It's harder to find out what you are spending your electrical bill on. They don't split it up into, oh, you used this much energy when you turned on this specific light bulb. They don't say that in your electric bill. They don't tell you, oh, this much is coming from your fridge, probably. No, they don't say that. So they can't tell you how much each of your appliances uses every year. So we're going to do a little bit of that ourselves, okay? This is part 1. So we're just going to do lighting for this part 2. In this part of the audit, you'll determine how many light fixtures you have in your home, what kind of light bulbs you have in them, and estimate how much money you spend to keep your house lit. Go from room to room in your home and count the light fixtures you have. These could be ceiling lights, wall lights, floor lamps, or table lamps. Inspect each one to determine if it uses the old-fashioned incandescent light bulbs, which is this one over here. Clicked on all of them. The very first one, incandescent light bulbs. Or fluorescent, that's this middle one, CFLs. Or the new LED bulbs. Okay, for each room, record the number of each type of light in the table below. Use the blank spaces for rooms not listed. Okay, so if you have a second bathroom, or a family room or a basement, you need to add that in down here as extra rooms that they don't count at that in this table. Okay. Sometimes you might want to ask your parents because some of the new bulbs, like the LED bulbs, actually look like old bulbs. So maybe you want to ask about that if you think your parents, oh, I think my parents are buying these new LED bulbs, but these look a lot like the old ones. You might want to ask them. So, or you can go look at what's in your in the storage with your extra light bulbs, what kind of light bulbs those are, and compare them. Okay. So you're going to go around your house and you're going to decide. You're going to start in your kitchen and you're going to write down how many incandescent light bulbs there are there, how many CFL, how many LEDs are there, and then you're going to write down your total lights in that room. So you just add up everything in that row. So we are going to do an example right now with whatever I just make up. Okay. So let's pretend I have this big, extravagant family room, and I go around and I have 3 incandescent lights from a lamp or something in there, and then I find 4 CFL lights somewhere in the room around a mirror or something. Oh no, I think those would be LED lights around a mirror. So let's say I have 6 LED lights around a mirror in a room or something. Okay, so then my total lights in this one room is 13, which is a lot. And you probably won't have 13 lights in very many rooms in your house, but we'll just make that as an example so we can do some math with that. Okay, so we are going to you're going to do that for every room in your house and just count them up, decide what type of light bulb it is, and then put it in the right column. And then down here, when you're done with that, at the bottom of the table, you're going to add up. Okay, so you're going to add up your incandescent lights, and that total is going to be all your incandescent lights added up. And then this total right here is going to be all your fluorescent lights added up. And then this total is all your LED, and then you're going to add all those together to get your total. Okay, so these numbers in this column should add up to this total, And these numbers in this column should also add up to that same total. So you shouldn't have any issues with that. And so you can just double check your math, okay? So we are going to go down here after you get that figured out. You're going to look at the annual cost based on some numbers, based on the average use of 1,500 hours per year of a light bulb at 10 cents a kilowatt, okay? And you guys already figured out before that you guys are actually being charged like 11 or 12 cents per kilowatt. So a 60 watt incandescent bulb costs $9 a year. One bulb costs $9 a year. One CFL bulb costs $225 a year to run, and an LED bulb costs $135 a year. I'm not saying you go to the store and an incandescent bulb costs $9. That's not what I'm saying. We're saying that the amount you spend in your energy bill and your electric bill is $9 a year to run this incandescent bulb. Okay, so you may have paid $1 for it at the store, but you're paying $9 in a year for it. Okay, same thing down here. This LED bulb, if you go to the store, an LED bulb costs what, $5, $6? But over the year, you're only spending $1.35 to run it. That's what these numbers are saying. So this is the cost in your electric bill for the year, okay? So you're gonna have to go and answer these questions. Some of them are math-based, but I can do an example problem with you on, for number 1. And then for number 3, sorry, and then you can do 4 and 5. So number 3 is how much money are you spending on incandescent bulbs each year? And then you just type out the math. It's not enough math. You can write out the math and upload an image. That's fine too, but it's a pretty easy amount of math. So we're going to look at how much money we're spending on incandescent bulbs each year. So I'm going to go up to my incandescent bulbs, and in my house total, let's pretend that's my only room in my house. Okay, so you're looking at these numbers down here. Your total incandescent lights in your house is this number right here. It's going to be bigger than 3. So for me it's 3. So we're looking at our total incandescents. So we're going to write 3 incandescent bulbs times the cost of an incandescent bulb, which is $9 each. Okay, see how that's $9 each, incandescent bulbs? So $9. And I'm going to do that math, and I'm going to say it cost me $27 a year to run all of those incandescent bulbs in my house, okay? And you have to do the same thing for CFL. So CFL bulbs, we're gonna go look at our CFL, okay? It's the number of CFL bulbs in my house is 4. So I'm going to go down here and I'm gonna write 4 CFL times, and then I'm going to go look at the cost of a CFL bulb. It's $2.25. $2.25 equals $10, right? No, 2.8. I think it's $9. 4 times 2.25. Yeah, it's $9. It's $9 in the year that I spent on those 4 CFL bulbs, okay? How much money are you spending on LED bulbs a year? Okay, well, I have 6 LED bulbs in my fake house, so I'm going to do what? 6 times 6 LED, show the work, times, go up here, and it says it's $135. Okay, good, perfect. Get a number for that. Okay, now, this question number 6 is a little bit more, it takes a little bit more thought. Okay, it says switching from incandescent to CFL or LED bulbs can have a big annual savings, right? Because incandescent was $9 every year, and these two are more like $2 or $1 a year per bulb. So big annual savings. Based on the numbers above, how much money would you save in your electric bill annually for the year by switching all of your light fixtures to LED bulbs? Show your work. Okay, so here I'm going to just give you some hints on this one. The first hint is that basically you need to figure out What is my total cost per year right now on bulbs? What is that? How do I find that? I'm just going to add up these three numbers. I'm going to add up my $27 for my incandescent bulbs. I'm going to add up my $9 for my CFLs. I'm going to add up my, what is that, 7? 8, that's 8, that's going to be $8. My $8 for my LED bulbs, and my total cost is going to be some amount, okay? So that is going to be just, oh, this is how much I spend right now on light bulbs. Then, okay, let's pretend that I switched everything to LED bulbs, okay? So how much would my cost be? What if all bulbs were LED? What would that cost be? You're going to multiply the number of bulbs. How many bulbs do I have? I have 3, 4, that's 7, plus 6 is 13. So I'm going to multiply my 13 bulbs. Your number is not going to be 13. It's going to be your total. Your total might be 20. Your total might be 100. Okay, you might have a bunch of rooms. You might have an upstairs and a downstairs, okay? You're going to multiply all your bulbs. You're going to pretend all your bulbs are LED, and what number are you going to multiply those by? 135, because LED only costs 135, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply times 135, and I'm going to get a number, and that number is going to be definitely going to be smaller. That number is definitely going to be smaller than this number, what you're paying right now, okay? And then you're going to just say, how much would I save? Okay, if I'm paying $100 a year right now for my bulbs, but if they all switched to LED and I was only paying $30, how much am I saving? 70. You're going to show that math. You're going to show the 100 minus 30 equals I'm saving $70. Okay, so that is what you're going to do for number 6. I know I made up a lot of numbers there, and that 100 and that 30 didn't come from anything, but I'm just saying all of your the total cost is going to be a certain number, and then the total cost if you used only LED bulbs is going to be a smaller number, and you're going to find the difference, and you're going to say that's how much money I would save if I switched to LED bulbs. Okay, you're going to realize it's pretty significant. And that's basically it. That's part 2.